Welcome to the Evening Gamer. I'm Taylor.
And I'm Guy. Welcome, everybody.
And that's Guy.
And that's Taylor.
And we're the Evening Gamer.
And this week we have a hell of an episode. We've obviously been off for a week as we've focused on various things.
Like gaming.
And, geez, we've got an episode for you today.
Fucking don't we?
Oh,
I
mate.
feel like gaming is in a good spot right now.
It is. It really is. To be honest, I've been playing the Dark Ages and it's kind of depressed me
Why?
just because I really don't fucking like it.
Like the game or the storyline or like what?
Just the game. It annoys me.
I hate that you don't like these games.
Mate.
I know that they're not built for you.
They're not.
It's also not built for Kyle either. Like I actually don't know who I'd recommend the Doom games to, but it wouldn't be. You two would not be the first on my list.
So I've got a very specific reason why I don't like it. And I think we've talked about it before when I gave Doom, the OG one or the new version one, a go back a little while ago. So my annoyance with it is this. When you play those levels, you can see on your map where collectors are.
Oh, here we go.
Or where gold is. Gold specifically, because that's how you upgrade your shit. So you can see it on the map
that shit.
when you go into it. You can see it's on like a sub-level this, that. And you have a sense of maybe how you can get there.
Yeah.
But you're not entirely sure. You got to look around and explore. So you look around. It takes, 5-10 minutes, whatever you're trying to get to. And you get to a point where you realize, okay, maybe it's not in this area. Maybe I've got to go forward a little bit to then, and there's plenty of levels where you have to actually progress and then you backtrack to some dropped level to get the gold, to upgrade your shit.
It's not, I don't
wait,
remember.
let me finish this point.
All right.
But sometimes you progress and then it locks you out and you can't go back to get the gold because the mission's progressed, things have occurred, you've jumped in a Titan or something like that. So now you have to replay the whole fucking level to get 5 pieces of gold to get 100% on the level.
But you don't need 100%.
That shits me off because
you don't need 100% it though.
Well, but it's gold, to level up your stuff. So if you're like short a little bit and you want to get to the next level of whatever weapon, you do need the gold. And it's just an annoyance that the developers have put it behind a system that forces you to replay the whole level just to get that additional gold.
But it doesn't. I'm pretty sure you can sync your map in those games pretty early on.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So you can see it on the map, but sometimes they fake you out by thinking you need to progress, and you progress and you can't go back, and it blocks you.
I do remember having to engage in some replayability with the Dooms that I've played. Now, I love these fucking games. I'm a bit of a Doom nerd.
I know. But
I love Bethesda.
Do you remember we talked about this with RoboCop though, where it's like if the developers put it behind a wall, and if it's not new story content, you're just being a dick.
Yeah. Okay.
You see the point I'm making? It's like,
Let's get all the bitches out of our way. What else? What else you want to bitch about?
I just went full deep on Dark Ages. You did. Anyway, I've dropped it. I've dropped it completely now. I'm not going back to play it. I won't even fucking review it. If you want to do it when you get to it, there is positives to it. Don't get me wrong. It's smooth. It's fun. The music apparently is not as good, but I haven't played the other one, so I can't really comment on that. But
I love it how that was your segue.
It's on Game Pass though.
It is on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Big ups Microsoft.
Yeah.
I love it how that was your segue off the back end of me saying the gaming is in a good place.
Well,
we ended up
so it's in a good place now. You know why it's in a good place now? Because
of the ring.
Fucking Nightreign.
The ring.
Nightreign has it's honestly like I was cautious to that game. I wasn't confident on it. I wasn't sure if I wanted to play it because I just could not stomach putting myself through the abuse of versing Michaela or whatever her fucking name is. Michaela for hours on end and just bashing
This is Michaela.
This
is Michaela. Blade of... Oh, no, you're thinking of Melania. Blade of Michaela.
But having bought it, played it, it in my opinion, has for me... put Elden Ring and the whole Elden Ring elements of even the main game, is this now being a DLC, let's call it for a better word, it only costs $50, into such rare air as, and we already knew this, that Elden Ring was one of the best games that have come out in the better part of ever. It now, honestly, I think puts it in a bracket of the top 5 games easily of all time, if not.
Do you reckon that
3.
early? You reckon top 5?
It's not just the additional of Nightreign on its own, but the whole
you're talking
package
about the
of
whole
Elden Ring, the whole thing
Elden
of it.
Ring venture per se.
Because the one thing, so with the main game, you obviously could do multiplayer, but it was very contingent on areas. You had to kind of do a few steps, and then you'd have to kind of reset.
I would not sell Elden Ring as a multiplayer game
but
in any way, shape, or
capacity.
form.
Do you remember we did it a couple of times? But who really did it? Who really did that?
I think everyone gave it a go and then was like, I don't really want to have to collect like furled fingers and all this.
Exactly.
Like, why make it an item thing as well? Like that didn't make sense.
Yeah,
to
that
me.
was a bit
Make
weird.
it multiplayer or don't. You don't need. Why do I need 20 fingers to be able to do this? That was definitely a grievance.
So now I've started playing Nightreign, and honestly, like it's got its hooks into me. I'm in that mindset where I want to get home, I want to do a run. I'm loving the fact that you can switch it on, do one run, and then switch it off, and like you feel you've scratched the gaming itch for the night. It's like reminds me of the Apex days, like it, and the way they've designed it, where it's like you can play with randos, but obviously the fun often is playing with mates to encourage. And I'm even trying to get my housemate. I'm like, Ollie, mate, you got to get on this fucking game. It is so much fun. I'm having such a good time playing it.
Yeah, and I think not making it PvP, meaning player versus player, was a very good move.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember even like this actually works. Building a good game, selling it, and not having a PvP or a it's multiplayer, but not having a standard versus each other online kind of multiplayer setup. I remember even some of the earlier CODs, like I think it was Modern Warfare 3. I think Modern Warfare 3 did it pretty well. They had a complete arm of that game that was and I think Halo did it too with the firefight.
Yeah, firefight.
And we had a hell of a lot of time
so much
fun playing that. And it just goes to show it doesn't always have to be battle royale, you die, you're out. It can be versus bots, versus PCs, versus NPCs, and it can still be fucking so much fun.
You've referenced it perfectly because it does harken back to those like Halo firefight kind of situations where it is versus that, but then they've overlaid obviously the ring closing in elements that the Apex and Fortnites have obviously introduced, but putting it in the Elden Ring universe. Honestly, like it is just so much fun. 3 nights, like we've talked about it before in terms of changing environments over the course of the game. Like that was one thing we talked, we'd love Apex to do it. How the environment changes. It does in this.
It does, yeah.
Like it honestly is such a blast to play.
It's a stunning game. And I think that one thing that I really like about From Software and what they've done here is something we've referenced before that's like, I think Ubisoft did this with one of their Assassin's Creed releases that was meant to be a DLC, and then they released it as a standalone game, and it was like $110.
Yeah.
Like From Software's gone, all right, we can pretty much copy and paste a lot of the map here. Yeah. We can take the round table, we can just kind of rejig that a little bit, and the price matches. It doesn't match the enjoyment. The enjoyment this game provides is worth far more than the price tag. Yeah. But the development that they put in matches it perfectly.
Yeah.
Like I had to buy it fucking twice.
I think that's I know. I felt bad for that. But you are right though. Like,
but it's worth it.
A lot of the criticism has been the reusage of assets, and it's like, I think they came out and kind of defended it and was like, the development time, the turnaround time, what did you think we were going to do? And we're now only charging what is probably half price for a game of this size of a AAA title. So I've got no qualms with their using of assets, especially when the assets are the fucking great assets.
Yeah.
You've still got such a variety of enemies, and they've not just reused it from Elden Ring, they've gone back through Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, like all their other various titles in the past. So there's a huge bank that they can pull from, and I think it was a real testing of the waters of let's launch it, see what kind of response we get from the market, and then develop it. Yeah. And the starting point they've released it in is in a fantastic state. Their day one patch made soloing it easier, which was another complaint a lot of people had, that it was really tough to solo it. Now you can do it effectively. But now you've got the perfect spine. They could take this some serious places and add levels and layers to it to turn it into something amazing. I mean, it already is fantastic.
100%. It's a game. And like From Software's like, they're like they're like Geelong in the AFL or the Crusaders in the rugby. It's like I just knew that when you were saying, I'm not sure, I was like, they're not going to miss. Like I know that if they put something out there, it might not be a product you like, but it will be a good product.
Yeah.
And I would also say that if you haven't played Elden Ring, I would say that if you do pick up Nightreign and you kind of like the themes, you kind of like the gothic overtones, you kind of like the map, play Elden Ring in tandem with this game. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's like running the COD storyline versus the multiplayer in COD. It's like you can do both, not simultaneously completely.
Yeah.
because you can't multitask like that, obviously. Otherwise, you're a freak. But you can go, I'm a bit overplaying Nightreign, I'll jump to Elden Ring. I'm a bit overplaying Elden Ring, I'll jump to Nightreign. Yeah. And you'll see the similarities. It'll serve you from a gameplay perspective, and you'll be able to actually engage with a From Software title in a multiplayer environment that isn't PvP, that's not frustrating, and that is a hell of a lot of fun.
I think you said it right there of going, they were going to release a good game. It just may not be a game you enjoyed. And I think that was obviously my holdback on it when, it was sort of nearing release. I was really like, can I, drop a dime on this? And to be fair, the thing was, if I'm going to talk about it on the pod with you, I got to give it a go. You can't sort of obviously sit in the stands.
Yeah, that's right. We were catching up for a beer over the weekend. He goes, no, I'll do it for the pod. And that very quickly changed to, no, I'm just going to fucking do it now.
I know. I felt really bad. I forgot to message you one day and ended up playing it for about 8 hours.
Spamming me. I've been so busy with work. You've been spamming me YouTube videos about what's important on the map in Nightreign, how to play it properly. We're playing it wrong. I'm like, fucking hell, mate. I'm drowning here. You're playing it more than I am, brother.
Oh, man. It's so funny, though, because, the first game you jump in, you're like, like Elden Ring, you're like, I want to absorb it. I want to take it in. What's over here? What's over there? But so quickly, it's like, if you want to get to day 3 and beat the boss, you got to get on wheels fast. And you're just skating over the map to get to various places and locales and to get fucking flasks to beat bosses. And every time I've played it, I feel like it, like when you do games like this, like Apex, I haven't once felt this is samey, that you're like, I've been here, I've done that. You kind of look at it and you go, maybe I have cleared this area before. And I reckon I've run that game now, I don't know, fucking close to 15 times now. I've given it a run through, and I've beaten the final boss twice now, 2 different bosses. And I love the way they've designed it as well, that you've kind of got to beat one boss to then open up all the other bosses, and then you get a selection of them. But so I've got one criticism though. I've got a singular criticism.
Nothing's going to be perfect. just before you go into your criticism as well, this comes back to why I've played Elden Ring 6 times through. It's there is actually so much packed into it that you don't get bored. It doesn't feel the same. It's even in my 6th run through of Elden Ring, I'm finding new fucking catacombs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's crazy. I have swept this map 5 times. I've swept it. Look, I haven't gone to every nook and cranny, but every time I find a new one, there's something there. And it's this is why it's just, when Bandai Namco and fucking From Software come together, mate, it's gold. They shit out gold.
I mean, this talks to the different way we game though, because when I did my run through of Elden Ring, I basically, almost borderline cheated it, where I was like, where haven't I gone? Using Google and figuring out, okay, there's that hidden crypt over here that you got to hit the wall and no one would find it unless you were fucking just running at every random wall. So I felt like I covered the complete map my first run through. But okay, so my criticism. So in Nightreign, you've got a selection of 8 characters. When you beat the bosses, you then progress their individual stories and you get singular quests for them called remembrance quests.
Yeah, so remembrance is something long-lasting from Elden Ring game, which is when you'd hand it in to get special abilities or weapons. So remembrance isn't a new thing, but obviously these are side missions.
You can clearly tell the difference between someone who's played it 9 times and one person who did it once. But okay, but in it though, right, the remembrance quest is beat this boss, this specific boss, and sometimes you got to go to a specific area or whatever it is. When you then load the remembrance quest, you go into the same map and you want to do it with other players because this game is quite difficult if you solo it. They've just made it easier, but it's still rather difficult. But the problem is only one player can have a remembrance active at one time. So when you load up a remembrance to then queue back into the game, even though you're likely going to verse the same boss, it limits you. So the time to get a match pushes out to an hour. There's people reporting on Reddit going, I waited 2 hours to load a game. And it's this game's been out 3 days. It's
2 hours seems unlikely.
It's seriously dead set. I'm not even joking.
I would give up after 7 minutes.
Well, exactly. I sat there for 30 and I didn't get a game. And I was in my mind, I was thinking to myself, maybe because it's the game so new, people aren't up to that yet. But the way they've designed the lobbies make it so that it just fucking filters it to a fine tooth nail. And in the settings, you can switch it to matchmake with like all open things instead of your domain or whatever they call it. Still
your server, you can switch servers or choose an international matchmaking.
To find it. Yeah. And what's even more frustrating is when you do the quest, that's how you get the best stuff for the characters. So it's like really frustrating unless you get two mates who are playing the game who can then like, you know, go, yeah, we'll do your remembrance, then we'll do yours, and we all take turns running it through. It's the only way that you can push momentum in the current state. They're going to patch it for sure.
Yeah, they will definitely patch it. And a shout out there is check out your NAT type, your NAT type on your home Wi-Fi or network. Make sure it's open. If you're in moderate, those firewalls will potentially stop you from matchmaking, or it can hinder it. My criticism is a little bit different to yours.
Okay.
My criticism is I want to see more individuality.
Right.
Like I want them to gain inspiration from like what Destiny did. It's like make the round table hold somewhere where everyone that's online is there.
Oh, right. Okay.
Make it so that, okay, no worries, there are classes, but make it so I can design what my character looks like.
Yeah.
But I still have to be an archer, a mage, you know, the heavy
I couldn't
set.
agree more. And this is what I was saying before with having like a great spine, because you can select 3 different skins, but they all cost a certain amount of like in-game currency. You have to complete the thingy to get the currency. Couldn't agree with you more though, because if you change up, you don't even have to have it as a lobby where everybody stands around and you can look. But even when you queue into the game to be like, holy shit, look at that fucking player. Like, you know, they must have done da-da-da-da-da to get that helmet, to get that armor, and have the stats inbuilt into it. If you put a little bit of Diablo build sort of stuff into it, because at the moment you've only kind of got 3 slots that kind of carry over.
Yeah.
And I think there may be like additional weapons you might be able to start with once you get late game. It looks like it has that capability.
Yeah.
But I agree with you completely. Like that'd be the one thing I'd add on.
Yeah, because the one thing that really hooked me with Destiny, and this is so closely aligned. You have your hub, you go off, you do a mission, you come back, you have your rewards. Or if you die, you have whatever rewards you gained, you're back to the round table. Like it's so like that. But the one thing that really, really hooked me about Destiny is that I could come back, spend that currency, upgrade my weapons, change how I looked, and then go, what do I do next? And sometimes, and this will pay dividends when it comes to replayability. Because if you start, and it's the same with RuneScape, what they've done, if you make the RNG on a potential drop or a potential piece of loot small, meaning that there's a small percentage of chance of getting a really good set of armor, then you can do the same boss number of times, have a lot of fun with it because your rewards are different.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're going to take it somewhere like this. Like this is, as you said, it's a good skeleton. It's very much the skeleton of the game.
It's so ripe to add this stuff on.
There's so many ways they can go about. I think they should go that route. Make it more of a Destiny feel from the home hub.
Yeah.
I've got my upgrades in one side of the round table. I've got, you know, different quests. I've got daily quests over here. I hope it becomes that because if it does, it could become a mammoth of a fucking game.
So the first time I beat the final boss, we like, and I, you know, there's other players playing it who are probably absolutely grinding it, people who don't have a day job. So like I'm queuing in and I'm still at the point of like, oh, look around. Like, you know, I didn't realize the speed in which you kind of have to go at to get a high enough level to give you a chance to beat the final boss. But I was like, okay, I'll follow other players and I'll try and keep up with them. So we're roaming through and I think I'm with 2 like experts who have run this game who knows how many times by this point. We get to the final boss, we queue in, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm a high level, they're a high level, they clearly know what they're doing. We're going to cream this because a few times I got into the final boss, got it down to a quarter health, then we all died out. We queue in, start playing the boss, both of them go down, like straight away.
Yeah,
and
you got to be careful in these games like that.
You know, like
getting one-shotted will never escape you in a From Software game.
I'm playing as this Iron Eye character who has this ult, and to get your partners up, you kind of have to hit them to get them up. And of course, when you're the last person standing, you're thinking to yourself going like, if I get popped now, like the whole run is ruined. Like it's going to be so annoying. And you kind of feel like you've wasted the 40 minutes to kind of get there. So with Iron Eye, I pop them with my ult, get them both back up, and we go on to beat them. And it's one of those, like, it's like an Apex win. You know, like you get that blood rush where you're like, fuck yeah, like that was sick. Anyway, one of the players pinged me and was like, bro, that was mad. And you're like, yes, it fucking was.
Love that. Oh, it's bringing us together again.
Oh, mate.
How good. I actually reckon if you're just starting it, running it, figuring it out, I'm going to do this. I'm actually going to stop trying to make it to all the churches, and I'm just going to start exploring areas and dying on the first day.
Well, yeah, I mean, do it solo because then you can kind of cut your teeth with it.
Yeah, true. Not ruin anyone else's run, but definitely get a feel for the map, a feel where the good enemies are, a feel where the good weapons are.
Because, like, honestly, people...
Makes a huge difference, man.
Like, when you play it with two people who know what they're doing, they'll start, like, ping spamming you, being like, come on, like, we have to run. And you're like, what about, I'm having a look over here. And it's like, they know nothing's there, so don't waste your time.
Yeah. But it's... I've actually found the matchmaking pretty good as well. There's no one that's really trolling or wasting time. Everyone's genuine. I had one shit game where someone, I think, DC'd, and then the other guy had no interest in staying near me, even though I was on the right kind of path to it. But it's been an all-round very good experience so far.
Mate, I can't speak more highly of it. And like, one tip, if you download it, you start playing it, and this is a classic thing that new players don't pick up, and it doesn't do a good job of telling you. Pick up almost all weapons that you see, because the additional skills on them, even if you have them in your offhand or in your inventory, add on.
Yeah.
So you can make some mad builds. And honestly, like, there's sometimes you get to the final boss and it's like when you roll, stars fly out.
Yeah.
When you shoot, electricity hits the ground and you get these mad stacks and you're like, it's so much fun.
Yeah, there's skills and then there's Ashes of War. So Ashes of War are attached directly to your weapons, but you can also, after you beat mini bosses, the passives, which you get after you beat mini bosses along in your run. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's so much to it. The map is, I don't know, maybe they're bringing more maps as well. Maybe, it's currently in Limgrave. Yeah. It's only Limgrave.
Like, if you're reusing assets, you got a lot to play with. 6
months from now, is there a K-lid?
Oh, I mean, what?
We're going to the Hag Tree? Yeah. Like, what's the Hag Tree? Sorry, where are we going?
You could totally do that. And I'm hoping that the response from the community has been glowing. Like, I think it's 3-4 million downloads even in the first 5 days of the release of it.
Yeah,
it's through the roof. And so if they're looking at it going like, let's just kind of develop this a little bit more, add a bit more onto it, oh man, print money.
But also don't be afraid to take your time with it. Like, less is more with a good game like this. Like, I remember Modern Warfare 2 dropping and playing the same maps for the better part of 10 months and not getting bored.
Yeah.
If the product's good enough, you don't need to rush development. Just do the next thing really fucking well.
Yeah.
And everyone will be glad that it's come.
And knowing them, like, I don't think they're going to lean into a pay-to-play kind of model where it's like you have seasons, you have this.
I don't think they can after charging for the base game.
But that's just, I don't think that's their makeup. Like,
no, it's
that
not.
Guy, what is it, Hideo Kojima? I don't know. We always get confused with the names.
No, this is Miyazaki.
All right, I'm glad you're here because, that. Anyway, his whole thing, he's like such a gamer himself that he would not fall into those kind of things. Like,
and he just knows the backlash that they would get. And I think that this is why brand reputation is so fucking important as well, is because they know their reputation is based on good product without leeching money off you.
Yeah.
It sells itself. They don't need to lean on their name too much. Like, do you know what I mean?
I know.
Or putting too much product out there is probably more what I wanted to say. But
yeah, I know what you mean.
What else? That was a lot of The Ring.
That was a lot of The Ring.
I might go home and play it tonight.
Mate, I might too. If the missus allows me, let me off the chain. Poor thing.
You on dinner duty?
I'm always on dinner duty. So the other things on my list,
going, mate.
if that's all I'm cooking, that's my like
Sosso's on white bread. It's fucking ring night.
Mustard, tomato sauce, golden.
Surely you two are partying up and playing the Nightreign.
Hard to get her into it, to be honest. Is she's in earshot, and I've pitched the idea many a time. Going, I can get. This is the other reason. I pitched it last night. I said, why don't we just buy an Xbox, like one of the not the X, one of the other ones. Then I'll put it on this monitor, and then I'll play on the other one because I've got a PS5, the Xbox, but you can't cross-platform. That's the problem we had.
That is the problem. That's why I bought it twice. Yeah,
so annoying. Other things on my list to discuss. So we left the last episode 2 weeks ago talking about coming up. What are we excited for in the next little bit?
Yeah.
So I've got my list. So one that's kind of come out of left field that I'm kind of curious on is a game called Mind's Eye. Have you seen any content on this?
I haven't seen, but I've heard.
So this is like a GTA clone that's like a little bit futuristic, has like some good CGI kind of facial recognition stuff of actors, like,
right, yeah, gotcha.
And it's an ex-GTA sort of developer producer who's kind of gone off and done his own thing, but he's kind of got beef with GTA, and so him releasing this game, there's a little bit of drama between sort of Rockstar and him.
Can you imagine if it's, I mean, you've described it as a clone. I can't imagine that's going well in court.
No, yeah, there's a little bit of contention behind it. You can sort of dive into it, and if you're ever interested in sort of developer wars, you know, this is sort of the latest drama. They could almost turn it into a reality TV show. It's like Drive to Survive, but for gaming developers. The amount of times they're throwing shade at each other.
They're just doing BTS scenes with lawyers.
Yeah,
I'd watch that.
I would watch
that. As long as there's some gameplay in there,
there's
fucking watch.
Yeah, exactly. The sort of IP fights. But anyway,
start punting on it. Let's do it. Why not?
Well, yeah, I mean that'll be entertaining. FBC Firebreak is an off-cut from Control. Do you remember Control?
I do remember Control. Great game.
That could be interesting. Death Stranding 2 obviously is not too far away, and I was surprised to see an Australian locale in there. I wasn't expecting that.
I will play that.
I think that could be fun. Then there's Mafia: The Old Country next month, Borderlands 4. And Borderlands 4, I don't know what the developer is doing there. He's coming out in the media and making some statements where it's like, the game's going to cost $110 if you can't afford it, too bad kind of comments.
No, fuck off, mate.
And it's like, you know, bro, have you seen Western society right now? Like, you know, people aren't exactly like jumping it like, yeah, I can just drop 110 on a dime or buy Nightreign twice.
Unreal.
In October, you got Ghost of Yotai.
Yes.
Not having a launch date, there's obviously a long list of games which I think will fall into place now with GTA being delayed to next year.
I think so.
We're still waiting to hear, but, you know, Little Nightmares, there's
Lies of P,
Slay
Overture.
the Spire 2, Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert is my sneaky bandit of possible game of the year.
Okay, yeah, you've been talking about Crimson Desert for a while now.
The gameplay, they released a 40, 50-minute clip of that, and honestly, I looked at it and I was like, that looks fucking legit.
I also think watch for The Witcher 4 being reactive to the GTA.
Yeah, they did a gameplay release of that just the other day, and it looks very nice. They're sort of saying on a PS5, they've got ray tracing, 60 frames per second, looks really clean.
It looks so clean. It'll fucking really explode my PC. But I reckon that they've kind of like picked up development based off GTA. I reckon that's one of the labels. It's like, you know what? If we can drop on the right side of this mammoth of a game, it could serve us. So I reckon Witcher 4 is definitely being pushed up in development. Lies of P, I'm going to go through and finish my second run through of that because
there's a DLC coming out for
that.
I
know, Overture, just such a clean game. I think that the episode where we discuss Lies of P is our most listened to. So I reckon that has a huge cult following. And I just also don't think it's a game where there's a lot of public opinion. Like it's not
Lies of P.
It's not hugely in the spotlight.
Mate, it's honestly like a couple of clips have come out and sort of ended up on my Instagram feed recently. And like, it's because it's like a Souls-liked. If it was developed by, you know, the usual fucking company that have done them, the Bandai Namco, whatever it's called, From Software. If it was done by From Software, people would put this in the same kind of levels. And I haven't played this, you have, but apparently it is phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. We've rated so highly. It's in the mid-nines.
You know, I'm half a mind to
I think it came in at like 8.7. But it's a very well polished game.
If it was done by From Software, people would be putting it in a similar conversation as the Elden Rings. As what was that one that only came out on Sony forever ago? That was a From Software.
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne.
But like Lies of P, and you know what? It has a twist on a fairy tale. Like that's how good the writing is in there as well. Yeah. Like it's meant to be about Pinocchio, and it's the most gothic, crazy, well done, graphically designed. The storyline is phenomenal. The side missions and like little extras that you get along the way are so good. The betrayal in the game is so good. The storyline at the end, the surprises.
Is it on Game Pass?
It is still the most captivating game I've played in the last 3 years.
Is it on Game Pass? Do you know?
I think it is. I played it for free.
Man, I might
I'm
give it a
pretty
crack.
sure. I don't know if it still is. Like things come and go on Game Pass.
If I can't queue a game on Nightreign, I might be jumping to that.
Mate, it is. It is a challenging game. It is very, very close to Sekiro level.
Yeah, nice.
It's very unforgiving. Timing is everything. There's a parry in this though, but like the weapons you can create, mate, that is
I might give it a go.
such
I'll give it a go.
a good game. Like that is, I thoroughly enjoyed that, and it could not have come out at a better time because I had a huge gap in my gaming calendar at that point in time, and I just rushed home from work every day to play fucking Lies of P.
Right.
And to hear that they're doing a DLC, and I know they did a teaser at the end of Lies of Pi, or Lies of P, sorry, for I think we did this last time.
We did do it last time, and I saw it come up on my feed. This other gaming podcast was like kept calling it Life of Pi, and they were like,
"That's
what, are you
the
just
movie
on a boat fighting a tiger the whole time?"
The old slip of the tongue, which is a great movie though. That is a fucking good motion picture. But Lies of P, they teased at doing a Dorothy one because at the end of Lies, I don't think this is a bit. This has nothing to do with the storyline. It was literally a teaser for their next game.
Nice.
It's kind of going along whoever the villain was behind a newspaper. You don't see who the villain is, but they put the newspaper down, and it's Dorothy's like red heels clicking together. I think it's Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz, whoever it was, but there's a teaser there. It was just so well done, mate. Like I could talk about Lies of P. I'm fucking going home playing as well. Fuck it. It's so
back
good.
To the list. So the only other thing on my list to sort of have a yarn about is the TV show Pantheon.
Yeah, you mentioned this to me the other week, and I'm not going to lie, I've actually gone on to watch a number of other things since. And Andor is still on my list as well.
Oh, mate,
and I had someone come up to me at the little shindig we were out on Saturday and was have you seen Andor? And I was like, I haven't seen Andor, but I've discussed it.
It's on the list.
A public forum to be played in perpetuity.
Yes.
And now I will.
Good.
Yeah.
So Pantheon, I saw it on like a couple of Reddit things being like, it's pretty underrated. So I was like, I'll give it a go. You're just trawling things. Saw it on Netflix. I was like, give it a try. Watched maybe the first like 10 minutes. And I was thinking to myself going like, I don't know if this is my style. Like, you know, and I'd read the blurb on my IMDb. And the blurb, I'll read it out to you because it makes me laugh. A young woman starts to get messages from an unknown number that claims to be her deceased father. Trying to uncover the truth, she stumbles upon a larger conspiracy involving the singularity. So, like,
singularity meaning like black hole?
I'm not even going to explain it because, like, you watch the show and honestly, I shit you not, I don't want to ramp it up.
Is that a singularity where there's no gravity?
Oh, mate, just
or is that the event horizon?
Don't even, because when you get to the final episode of season 2, you'll honestly sit back and go, that was such a good show. It's such a good show. It honestly, like, it had me and the missus turning to each other and we were breaking down
the old jaw drop moments,
things of it. And like, I even remembered things from the first episode and I was like, holy fuck, like that connects. Like,
it's all coming full circle.
It's and the way they start it with like a young girl gets messages from a deceased father, you're like, what premise is that? And I watched the first 5 minutes and it's her in high school. There's like a bunch of bullying and I was like, what is this? Some like cyber sort of like bullying, like
tween kind of.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And where it ends from where it starts, you're like, you could not predict it.
That's just great storytelling.
Predict it. It's phenomenal. So there's one.
It's great storytelling.
The first season you can find on Netflix, but the second season I think you can find it on fucking YouTube. Like AMC did it. AMC.
I do know them. Yeah.
Which did the fucking Walter White, whatever it's called, Breaking Bad.
Were they Breaking Bad?
They're Breaking Bad, and I think they also did The Walking Dead. Like they know their shit. They could do. It's
quite the resume.
And this was their first.
If you count the first 4 seasons of The Walking Dead, everything after that kind of lost the plot.
Their runoff one they did with Michonne.
Their one runoff one. There's like the 4 runoffs now.
I know.
It's like The Walking Dead City.
It's like Marvel.
Then there was The Dead Walk. It was like and can you make different names as well?
How long are these Walking Dead?
Stop making it The Dead Walking and The Walking Dead. It's confusing me. I don't know, like, what's good. Just make it call it something completely different.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, that lost steam. But that is still a great resume.
Put Pantheon on your list. You will not regret it.
It sounds right up my alley as well.
And it's animated, so if you enjoy
even better.
Invincible, and like it's
you do away with shit acting when it's animated.
Well, it's like Invincible obviously is fantastic, but this is such a whole different kind of take on it. But it was quite funny because like you're watching it and my housemate came in at one point and I'm raving about it because I'm like, the layers to the episodes and what moments mean when you've watched the whole show, it makes sense. You're like, okay, I know what's at stake here. I know why they're doing things. But if you come in and just watch a scene, it's like watching Invincible. You're like, why is fucking Batman punching some off-cut Superman? And you kind of like, it looks a bit weird.
You can't just pick it up halfway through.
Yeah, in isolation. But when you consume the whole thing, it is just really good. Makes great sense.
Jeez, I love Invincible. I'm only like 3 3 episodes into the new season.
I'm halfway there now. I'm making my way through it, but we stopped to watch The Last of Us with Melonhead.
With Melonhead.
So have you not seen this? There's this whole online barrage of the main chick in the Last of Us TV show.
I heard. Yeah, I have.
And like, it's so contentious because, like, you know, obviously there's people defending it online, going, you know, you just want to fucking be attracted to the lead actress in the show. And I'm like, it's not that. Like, I swear to God, it's not that. You watch the show and her acting sometimes just grates me. Because if you've played the games, and I know a lot of people are like, the games, like, you know, it's a whole different media, and I get that. But it's like the girl that portrayed it in the games did it to perfection. Like, you went that journey, they nailed it. But then you watch the show and you're just like, God, like her facial expressions sometimes, the way she acts, like, I don't know if it's just doing it in live action. It's the same moment.
She's kind of changed the character.
Yeah, like it's
because
just more
you're
cringe,
right.
like it just kills you.
I'm playing the first one and I am obsessed with it. It took a little bit of time to get good at the mechanics because it's very slow. They made it be very realistic, but I'm loving that game now. And I think that,
how the fuck do you keep so many games going concurrently and keep track of it? As if you don't fall back into The Last of Us and you're in a mission, you're like, why the fuck am I killing this guy again?
I think I'm just an all-rounder, mate.
Because, like, honestly, if you know my memory, if I go a week and I haven't played the game, I'll be like, I've got fucking like memento problem over here. I get mind blank like MIB.
I remember the last scene I played, which was now 2 weeks ago in The Last of Us. I've just been too busy with other stuff. I still remember it because I got a new weapon in an underground like sewer tunnel, and I can't fucking wait.
Oh God! Do you remember what I said the other night when we were hanging out, and I was just like, I can't believe I'm still coming first in the Super Rugby. I haven't watched a single second. And you and Carl piped up. It's like, we've been to 2 games. Yeah. Physically, we're there. And I was like, oh yeah. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, Carl turned, he was like, went to the season opener, you dickhead.
You sat next to me,
To be fair, the game I went to with you were fucking sideways. But
mate, anytime I go watch live sport, the beer is the main attraction.
You and Morgan sitting behind me having a yarn. I was like, can you guys fucking watch the game, please? Or go on a date. I don't know. Of it. Nah, but what were we talking about?
I don't know.
The Last of Us.
Yeah, The Last of Us.
What I was going to say is Pedro Pascal has an easier character. He's stoic. He's a little bit depressed. He's been through a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like,
he's seen it all happen. His character's very stoic. Sometimes a little bit emotional, a little bit emotion creeps in. But her character's a lot harder. There's a lot of character there. There's a lot of sass.
I'd agree with you, but like, oddly enough, when you get to season 2, and we've just started watching it, I'm watching it, and I thought to myself, Pedro Pascal is tapping this in. His acting in season 2 compared to season 1, I feel like was a downgrade.
Really?
Yeah. There was a whole sequence where I was watching it and I was just like, I don't know, there was just a missing part about it. It's like you look at his eyes and he's like, he doesn't believe it. Like, he's not in the moment.
Or he's thinking about the next project or something.
I honestly, because, you know, you haven't played the second game, have you?
No.
Do you know what happens?
No. Which is why I'm not going to do the TV series until I'm done.
I was honestly about to ruin the shit out of the game.
Well, I'm an Xbox gamer, right? So, like, these are the ones I missed.
On the PC, yeah, you get
these are the ones I missed. And now I've got, obviously, the PC. I was never a Sony gamer. So, like, and this is, like, I'm loving it. People say the second game isn't as good, but I'll make it work.
I honestly, like, I've played both of them. Like, the second game, now this is where the online community, where it was like, this is a bit ridiculous. They criticized the second game because of this one character called Abby. And she's like the anti-hero to the Ellie character. Yeah. And she's built. She's a built chick. And of course, everyone was just like, you know, she's not attractive kind of thing.
Women can't have machos.
Sort of, yeah. That was kind of the criticism of it. And in the TV show, she's not built. And I was like, fuck that. Like, you know, I feel like you've caved to the online community. Have a, you know, have a weapon in there, yeah. But she's been cast. Hit the gym. Like, because that's almost what makes the second game that much more intense, is because you've got little dainty Ellie who's like bow and arrow and sneaky versus this behemoth chick, and you know at some point they're going to go toe to toe. And so now in the show you're looking at it and it's like, now they're just 2 dainty chicks.
Yeah, the matchup isn't that great.
It just kind of, the matchup, it was like, this is like, you know, David and Goliath level sort of looking stuff.
That's poor storytelling. They should have known that distinction had a lot of weight.
Yeah.
on the story and the interpretation in the lead up.
I think they've missed a trick
that
there.
moment.
I think they missed a trick there.
Yeah, 100%. I'd agree with that.
Yeah. Annoyed. Anyway, I'm watching it and I'm sitting there with the missus just going like, nah,
it's
dumb.
not the most botched TV
game
to TV effort that
exactly.
I've seen.
Like I'd agree with it. Like
I didn't even go back for the second season of Halo.
Yeah, geez, I don't even watch a single second of it because I just, as soon as they were like, we're taking his helmet off, I was like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Like, there's no need for that.
He's nothing without his suit.
You have 5 games, whatever, then plus all the other offcuts that you could pull from, plus the books. You had... we talked about this before. I won't go down this rabbit hole. It really G's me up. Like,
they had something good there, and they botched it. They botched it.
You could have printed money.
And they changed the most important parts of the story. Anyway, at least The Last of Us isn't doing that. That was my point.
Yeah.
But a lot to come.
Yeah. So what I was going to say is, if you're playing Nightreign and you want to party up, send us an email at the info at the Evening Gamer or whatever.
info@theeveninggamer.com.au.
Also, feel free, tag and we'll fucking party up and we'll run some.
Yeah, let's do it. We're currently running it on Xbox because it's not cross-platform.
Yeah. So if you're not Xbox, sorry.
I do have a PC with Elden Ring with Nightreign on it as well. Jesus Christ, it's been a fucking day. With Nightreign on it as well.
Yeah.
You have a PC. Sorry, you have a PS fucking whatever.
Yeah, but no. If
I bought it twice, mate, you're buying it fucking twice. I'm speaking. I'm speaking right now.
Oh my God.
Feel free to leave comments. Thank you, dear listeners. Shut up, guy. On Spotify, they come straight through to the old phone, and we'll sort you out.
Yeah, we'll run some. But don't fucking... It's not a sightseeing tour. This isn't January 6th. We're going hard. We're running quick through this game.
We're fucking in there. We are absolutely in there.
Did you see the political reference I just made there? Or to go over your
January
head?
6th, is that Storm the Capitol?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
Because all these people kept being like, oh, it was just a tour. And it's like, bro, people died. Come on.
Yeah, you're an idiot. People were arrested. This is why the Evening Gay Bar works. We're on the same page.
Yeah, man, come on.
But most importantly... Actually, before I do that, can you leave us a rating, please? Just give us a little star rating there. It's right in front of you. That would be super helpful.
Yeah,
feel free to write in info@theeveninggamer.com.au. We have YouTube, same handle. Instagram, Evening Gamer Podcast.
Yeah, we do have YouTube now. Yeah, we've started loading the clips in from the very first episode, and we're going to eventually get up to date. But, there's another platform if you want to go back to the beginning if you're a first-time listener.
Free content from multiple sources. That's our mission statement.
Keep leveling up, everyone.
Don't be an NPC. Thanks so much.
Bye.